Hi everybody, Michael the Librarian of Magic here, trying to find and catalog the magical and point you to it. The Halloween and autumnal season are upon us, October the 1st, and I've decided to create a project on the channel here in which I attempt to draw a different Disney villain every day for the month of October. The Halloween season is always a special one for me. It always seems to evoke a sense of childhood-like wonder in me in one way or another, and Disney villains are also a good way of doing that for me. So I've decided to try to make a bunch of drawings of them, and hopefully that resonates something with other people. A couple of disclaimers about my project. First of all, I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination. I am very much an amateur. I skipped all of the art classes in school. It's just something that I like doing for fun and trying to get better and better at as I go along. So hopefully that maybe inspires some of you other amateurs out there to give it a try. Or if you've always thought, man, I really kind of wanted to try that, but I don't think I'm any good at it, maybe you should try giving it a try. Maybe this will help you feel like you could do it. Secondly, and more importantly, none of the drawings that I'm making this month are original compositions by any stretch of the imagination. They are all images or tutorials that I have found off the internet and have decided to reproduce them. I've added my own embellishments here or there, and I will let it be known where I've added and where I haven't, where I've taken license and where I haven't, but credit really goes to the individual artists who produced the images or tutorials in the first place. So feel free to go on the internet. You can find the same images that I've drawn. Maybe you would like to try to reproduce them yourselves. Maybe you would like to try to create your own originals. I'm sure there are many, many artists that if you see this video, you would be able to reproduce far better images than I'm able to do. But like I said, it's just something that gets me in the Halloween mood. It's something that gives me, that evokes the magical spirit for me. And so that's why I'm deciding to do it. So, without further ado, I will show you my first image for the month of October. Bum, 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 bum. Chernabog from Disney's Fantasia, 1940. He is creeping up above Bald Mountain here, the fiery pit of Bald Mountain before him, in which he pitches all of his little evil minions. Some interesting notes about Chernabog. Chernabog is a character from, or a being from, Eastern European Slavic tradition, in which he rises on Walpurgis night. I think I'm saying that correctly. I hope I am. Which is the witch's Sabbath, and holds dominion over the night, rising his ghouls and ghosts and demons from underneath and casting them into the pit of Bald Mountain. Bald Mountain is used in Disney's Fantasia, which really stands in for the analog of Mount Triglav near Kiev in southern Russia. I hope I'm saying that correctly, Triglav. And that's the analog. They use the analog of Bald Mountain in Disney's Fantasia. In the tradition, Chernabog rises for the night of the witch's Sabbath. It is a tradition in which, however, there are sort of two beings or two gods, the white god and the black god. Chernabog, translated from what I can understand, roughly translates to black god. And there is also a corresponding white god or god of lightness, and those two beings are continually warring over the earth and its inhabitants for control. There are several traditions like this in history or on the earth. Zoroastrianism is a similar one that I know of, but there are probably many other traditions that have a similar viewpoint. So they did a similar thing in Fantasia, in which they used the Night on Bald Mountain music by Russian composer Modest Mussorgsky to evoke this sort of evil of Chernabog, this pure evil incarnate, and then it is contrasted with Franz Schubert's Ave Maria in the segment. The announcer, the narrator in Fantasia, I believe, says that it's a contrast of the tension between the sacred and the profane, I think is what they say. in the film. So they do a really good job. The music is obviously perfectly chosen. It's very evocative. It's very terrifying imagery, animated brilliantly by Disney animator Vladimir Titla. Uh, and it's Titla was from the Ukraine and had a deeper understanding of this tradition. So he was able to evoke just the pure horror of um, Chernobog and the demons being cast into the fires of Bald Mountain and so on. It's a very wonderfully powerful segment that would really get you in the mood for Halloween and the Halloween season if that is your sort of thing. So this is my drawing of Chernobog. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. There are some amateurish lines here, especially in the face area, but I'm really glad how the claws here turned out and the fires of Bald Mountain here. I'm really happy with those. I randomly decided to color this one. I don't know what inspired me to do that. Most of the rest of my drawings, probably all of them, will not be colored unless for some weird reason I'm inspired to do that again. But I'm thinking they probably won't be. But for some reason I decided to color this one. And I'm okay with the way that that turned out. So hopefully you like my drawing. Hopefully it inspires you maybe to do something of your own, or just helps to get you into the magical Halloween spirit, or remind you to go watch Fantasia, which the animation obviously is a gajillion times better than my drawing, but I don't know, hopefully it was inspiring for you. I sure had a lot of fun drawing it and creating it, and it really put me into a nice spirited mood. So, I will be coming back tomorrow with another drawing, another Disney villain for this month of October. I hope you really enjoyed this one. I hope it was informative. Let me know down below if you liked this content, and if you have any drawings of your own, or any Disney villains that you love, which are the ones that are your favorites, and maybe you like as many of the ones as I do. So hopefully this was something fun to watch and gets you in the Halloween spirit. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.